Shall we start the session? Listen. Please listen. Program does not start when I start speaking. It starts when you start listening. Again and again I repeat this one line. Program does not start when I start speaking. It starts when you start listening. You can start listening first day. You can start listening second day. Sometime you can start listening 10th day. Sometimes people don't start listening at all whole 21 days. So the program doesn't start when I start speaking. It starts when you start listening. It starts when you start listening. Life itself starts when you start listening. Please understand. Whether you want to become a lawyer or a doctor or engineer, whatever, when you start listening to the lessons of medicine, the doctor starts happening in you. When you start listening to the lessons of law, lawyer starts happening in you. When you listen to the lessons of an engineer, the engineer starts happening in you. Whatever you want to become, that starts in you only when you start listening. It is listening with which life starts. Actually, with listening, even your thinking starts. Whatever you heard, you listened from the young age, that forms the basic cognition for your thinking. Now, whatever you are going to listen, with this listening, your new being will be born in you. It is this listening will make the transformation happen in you. Please understand, when I say listening, I don't mean the default hearing you have. The default hearing you have is like you sit and some words you hear and then you start thinking about Minnesota. Then you are in Mount Rainier. Then suddenly you are in Kashi and accidentally you come back, oh, I am in Haridwar. And after some time, some other incompletion will come up. For example, once you went for a beach walk and you saw a murder happening. After that, I know you will never go for a beach walk, that is different. Even if I start speaking about beach, you will only remember that murder. Here I will be starting, what a loving ocean beach. I will be speaking about the peace, love, silence of the beach. You will be remembering the violence, murder, fear happened in your life related to it. Most of the time, when your incompletions interfere your hearing and cognizing, you are lost. You don't listen what is happening here. Authentic listening means not allowing your incompletions to come up and interfere your listening. Listening without the interruptions and interferences of your incompletions is what I call authentic listening. Please listen. Usually how your listening happens. Hearing, cognizing. Hearing, cognizing. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is the binary. It's supposed to function. But when the incompletion starts getting accumulated, it becomes like a 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It doesn't go in the smooth flow of 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Hearing, cognizing, hearing, cognizing, hearing, cognizing. It doesn't go in that smooth. It goes in hearing, 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 and last in cognizing, and suddenly coming back to hearing, and last in cognizing. It becomes completely corrupt. The default hearing never allows you to transform. Authentic listening immediately leads you to the space of completion. One more thing, in Vedic tradition, we don't use the word just for transmitting some concepts. We use the sounds to transmit the energy also. So as long as you are sitting with me, authentically listening, the energy connection between you and me exists. Please understand. Not arrogantly or out of pride I am talking. I really commit with you. I can make anything you want as reality. I can cause anything you want as reality. Just provide listening, because that's the only connection we both have. It's only through this sound I can send the energies, the vibrations, the energy into your being. This is the only connection we have. This is the only way the energy is transmitted. This is the only way the transformation is transmitted. Listening is the only wiring between you and me. Listening is the only wiring between you and me. This is the only way I can transmit the energy to you. I can make you experience, cause whatever you want as reality. I tell you, I don't use the words only to transmit concepts and knowledge to you. I use the words to transmit experience to you. So don't miss listening even for few minutes. The authentic listening starts the program. The more and more you learn authentic listening, the more and more completion starts in you. Kundalini is awakened in you. Miracles are caused in you. The reality you want to cause has become a reality in you, experienced in you. And above all, it is through the listening you will experience the highest consciousness, enlightenment itself. How many of you are ready to provide your listening? Shall we all take an oath? Because when you take an oath and commit, really it makes a big difference in your consciousness. So we'll all take the oath that we will be in the space of listening for next 21 days. Please raise your hand. With integrity, authenticity, responsibility, and enriching, I declare I am in the space of authentic listening for the next 21 days. I decide to be in the space of authentic listening. Tathastu. My blessings. You will all be successful to be in the space of authentic listening. It is with this listening life starts. We'll have a small internalizing game to give you experiential understanding about listening. Volunteers, I wanted all the inner awakening participants to become a 15 people group. Engineers kids, I welcome all of you. You can go and carry on with your session. Blessings. Other than the group leaders, all others, can you settle down? All the volunteers, can you sit down? Only the group leader will stand. Everyone else, please sit down. Only one person, you will clearly whisper. If the person did not listen, hear and ask, only. You can't repeat. You have to whisper clearly once, but you cannot repeat. And that person has to whisper next, next, next. Let it go round and come back to you. Whatever comes back to you, pen down. Okay? Group leader understood? So now you will start. First send the first statement. Whatever comes back to you, pen down. Next send the second statement. Whatever comes back to you, pen down. Then send the third statement. Whatever comes back to you, pen down. Ready? Please be seated. Start. Wow. Which team? I am surprised. Okay. Did you listen properly? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
The second one was authentic listening brings you the complete completion.
Mm.
And what they said was authentic listening brings to you complete completion.
This is also surprising. And then third?
Third one was not letting past affect future is completion. And the answer was not letting the past is complete completion.
Little they messed up. That is okay. But we can give a good mark. Oh, all Kotaris and Tanedar. So that is why. These guys have already done the program and they are into listening a lot. So it's the quality of the group. Okay.
Nithyananda Swami. The first statement that I sent is life starts when you start authentic listening. The statement that I received back is now I start what I am trying to whisper.
See. Next.
The second statement that I sent was if you have incompletion, you will not have listening. The statement I got back is if you have an incompletion, you are not listening. The third statement that I sent is you can have conscious thinking only if you have authentic listening. The statement that I got back is if you have incompletion, you have authentic thinking.
Completely out of the meaning.
I am from this team.
Great. Come on.
The first, pratiquer les tatouages et vivre l'Advaita.
Practice tatwas and live Advaita, and the answer was exactly the same.
Wow. How many people in your team? Only 8 people. Then okay. You talk to 2 people and come back in the same no.
The second,
In 8 people, and if the statements change, they have to go to the doctor for a hearing. Not only they don't have listening, they don't even have a hearing. Come on.
nous sommes responsables de ce qui arrive.
We are responsible for what happens. And the second sentence was, I feel responsible for what is happening.
So second they messed it up. Okay. Third.
First, avec la totale complétion, tout est possible.
So with total completion, everything is possible, and the answer was the same.
Okay. Come on, let me listen to you.
நித்யானந்தம் சாமிஜி, நான் கடவுள் என்பதை நிரூபிக்க இங்கு நான் வரவில்லை.
I am not come here to prove that I am God.
What came back?
நான் என்றும் என் கடமையிலிருந்து தவறியதில்லை.
I never deviated from my responsibility.
ஒருங்குவித்தல், சிரத்தை, பொறுப்படுத்துதல், வளப்படுத்துதல், முழுமைத்துவம் உங்களை முழுமைப்படுத்தும்.
Integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching will complete you.
Completion skill உங்களை வளமைப்படுத்தும்.
Completion scheme will enrich you.
Completely opposite.
ஆசை, கவலை, பயம், திருப்தியின்மை உங்களை குறைத்தன்மை உடையதாக்கும்.
Fear, worry, desire. That is these are all your incompletions.
ஆசை, கவலை எல்லாம் மனக்கவலையாகும்.
All your desires and worries are your mind worries.
What came back? This is what came back. Oh God. Completely unconnected. Come on.
So the first statement was life starts when you start listening, and my team said 1 year, the last happening. Then the next statement is authentic listening leads to a place of completion. And we got back, haven't never start listening. Then the last statement was authentic listening happens when incompletions don't interfere with listening. And we got back, when the machine stops, no complete.
Which team? Oh God. Come on.
Nithyananda Swamiji. First statement is taking responsibility for all happenings around you. What I got back is take the responsibilities of all the happenings. Second statement, how you want to project outside is ahankara. What I got back is could you better come outside?
வெளில வாங்க உன்னை பார்த்துக்கிறேன்றாங்க. Then
Third statement, what you think about you is mamakara. What you think about yourself is mamakara.
Oh, that came back properly. Okay, great. Which team?
Here.
Okay.
14 of us.
So the first one was the program starts when you start listening, and what came back was life starts when you start listening.
Only small change. Okay.
Little change. The second was transformation is caused by transmitting sound and energy, and what came back was transformation caused by. The rest disappeared. And the third one was authentic listening will make the transformation happening, and what came back was authentic listening is the only fear of life.
That's all. Next, please come.
So our first statement was practice authentic listening all through this workshop, and it came back as all your listening is authentic listening. So, second one is Swami will help achieve all our wishes. It came back as Swamiji will help fulfill life's desires.
Little altered.
Yeah, slight changes. The third one was interesting. I said sleep is a manifestation of an incompleteness, and it came back only one word: sleep.
It seems, I think some of them were sleeping.
The first one was be in the space of authentic listening, and that came back inner space of authentic listening. The next one was integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, and eternal bliss. And that came back integrity, authenticity, and the formans. And the third was completion with yourself and completion with others. And that came back completion with self and completion with others.
Okay. So now how many of you understood we don't have listening at all? Raise your hand. It's true. After I speak so much about listening, see the level of listening we have. See, actually, the truth is, if you listen to you, you will listen to others. First thing we need to learn to listen to ourselves. See, the problem is, so much you want to speak to yourself, but you never listen to you. The inner restlessness is nothing but you trying to speak and you not listening to you. Your heart wants to speak to you so much. When you don't listen to it and shut it, that becomes inner restlessness. How many of you understand what I am saying? Raise your hand. For example, just put one question to your heart. What is the purpose of my life? Your heart will have 20 answers, but you never listen to the 20 answers. Sometimes it will be contradicting, conflicting. That is okay, at least listen. You treat your heart like your spouse. She goes on speaking, you never listen. She thinks if she speaks more, you will listen. You think because she speaks too much, you don't want to listen. First time, let us just listen to our heart, whatever confusion it carries, whatever answer it wants to give, let us listen. Just put these basic questions to your heart. What is the purpose of my life? It will give 25 answers. I want to become a multimillionaire. I want to leave everything and go away to ashram. I want to come and build an ashram in Haridwar and stay here. I want to have a beach house in Hawaii and live there. It will give 25 answers. It's okay. It will all be conflicting, contradicting. It is not wrong. Conflicting or contradicting desires, purposes. First listen and pen down. Let us first listen to ourselves. Only when you start listening to you, you will have enough inner space to listen to others. How many of you feel you don't listen to you at all? Raise your hand. So many times your heart is trying to tell you so many things, but you don't listen to you at all. Raise your hand, let me see. Others have not even realized that that is what is the truth. I'll give you just 2-3 questions about your life. For each question, as many answers you have, pen them down. Like, what's the purpose of your life? What do you aspire to? What is it that keeps you alive? Please listen. Each question, sit with yourself and listen to you. Whatever your heart tells, pen down. Your heart may tell, I just want to die. That is okay, pen down that. Many times you don't even want to look into you. You just want to shut down. Distance yourself from yourself. Pen down even that. So actually our heart wants to speak to us. Too many things. Provide time to yourself. Provide time to yourself. Pen down all the arguments you have. Sometimes you may think, I will have a house in the Hawaii beach and lie down. No, I want to settle down in the banks of Haridwar, in the banks of Ganga in Haridwar. Then you will have arguments. No, that is best or this is best. Pen down even the arguments. Sometimes you will say, I am terribly confused. Pen down even that. So for each question, I want you to answer 3 pages. Each question is 100-mark question. When I awaken your Kundalini energy, this is the path in which it will travel. This is the purpose. The purpose now which you are going to give will be the path in which your Kundalini Shakti will travel. This is the way I am going to tune your Kundalini Shakti. Before I listen to you, a simple exercise. Can all of you provide listening? Please listen. See, now whatever I am talking to him is for all of you. Listen. See, now you wrote so many purposes.
Yes.
Can you look in and the purposes you wrote, because of some powerlessness of the past, for example, because you did not get money from your father when you asked him at the age of 5-6, you decide to become crorepati in the future. Because you did not have health, you were sick in the young age, you want to become a doctor. Like that, your life purposes, if you look in one by one, can you grasp all the decisions you took because of some powerlessness and incompletion? Even if the decision is like I want to merge with you, is because of some powerlessness, you are not able to handle yourself in the life, in the young age, some reason. That's why you just want to escape and merge into Swamiji. If you have developed any purpose, due to some powerlessness, if you cross all of them, now for example, if you have written 20, how many you have written?
I've written 24.
24. If you cross, at least 15 will go away. Am I right? What do you think?
Definitely.
Definitely. The remaining, how many will be? 11. How many? Are 11 or 9?
9.
9. The remaining 9 can be easily integrated. How many of you understand what I am saying? Raise your hand. All of you understand this exercise, what I am saying? Now whatever you wrote, how many of you don't understand? Raise your hand. Listen. See, whatever purposes you wrote, look back. You might have taken this as a purpose of your life because of some powerlessness of the past. In the young age, you asked your mom 10 rupee for candy or ice cream. She did not give. Now you decide, I will become crorepati and prove to my mother who I am. Out of powerlessness, any purpose you defined as your life purpose, even if you fulfill, you will continue to remain powerless. Because you are fighting with your powerless identity. How many of you understand what I am saying now? So, let us cut all the purposes you wrote due to powerlessness and all the purposes you wrote out of joy. For example, you saw your uncle becoming crorepati. You also want to become like him. That is right. There is no powerlessness there. There is no depriving. You saw somebody achieving, you want to achieve, is not powerlessness. But somebody achieved, you asked him, he did not give you, you want to achieve, is powerlessness. How many of you are getting what I am saying? You find the difference between the decisions out of powerlessness and decisions out of powerfulness? Can we all spend few minutes crossing all that we took out of powerlessness? All the purpose we came to the conclusion out of powerlessness. Can we all cut it down? How many of you think you will be able to do this workout, exercise? Raise your hand. Great. Let's take few minutes and do this.
Thank you.
Do you see now, whatever now you read out,
Yes.
when you read them, you don't have any powerlessness or incompletion or suffering, suffocation.
Yes.
But the points you crossed, when you read them itself, the memory will be powerlessness.
Yes.
How many of you realize this? Raise your hand. This realization is the first understanding to start the life. When you remember your purpose of life, you should feel excited, not the memory of powerlessness or incompletion to be the first thought or the source thought of your purpose. The source, why you took the decision of this purpose, should be excitement, not incompletion, powerlessness. How many of you understand this concept? How many of you are not able to understand? Let me repeat. I'll repeat. Raise your hand. Listen. For example, I'll keep him as example. See, when you said, I wanted to cause a miraculous glimpses to people so that they will come to you. The moment you think this, you only remember how I cause in people.
Yes.
There is no powerlessness, it's only excitement.
Yes.
But some of the things which you crossed, like you want to be crorepati, the moment you remember them, the reason why you want to crorepati may be due to some powerless incident happened.
Yes.
Incompletion.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Now how many of you understand? That's all. See, the purpose should be exciting you, not reminding some pain points in you. Any purpose which excites you, you will fulfill them, they will fulfill you. Any point, any purpose in which you remember pain points, powerless moments, incompletions of the past, neither you will be able to fulfill them, nor they will fulfill you. It will be like both of you will be fighting each other and falling into the ditch. All of you are getting it? So now do you see all the points you wrote is already integrated,
Yes, Swami.
aligned.
Yes, Swami.
Tatast.
Thank you.
Because you see, you are completely aligned. When you are aligned, these desires you have will get just empowered by the Kundalini Shakti. You will see suddenly you will get a house near the beach, 15 minutes in the beach. When you drive from that house to the beach, you will see exactly it will be 15 minutes. See, because these words, when all other desires align, these desires, one or two in between, just get power in the cosmos. Because there is no energy wastage. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nithyananda Swamiji. That this particular exercise was beautiful because when I initially wrote it, the first thing I wrote as the purpose of my life is to actually figure out what the purpose of my life is. And then I realized that is my incompletion about my powerlessness. I do know what I want to do. And then I crossed out and all the noise went away and I came down to these 5 purposes of my life. One, to be an authentic spiritual teacher. Second, to be an enriching father to cast the realities of my 2 children. To be a tabla player, to go around the world to experience the life as it happens, and to be finally a successful writer.
Tatast. Go ahead.
I want to be a complete and integrated being. I want to get enlightened.
I wanted all of you to provide listening to everyone. Don't feel bored at all. You have amazing opportunity to listen to everyone. Actually, when you listen to everyone, you will understand your own mirror, means your own shadows are standing here. Everyone is your own shadow, your own one aspect, one dimension. So listen. Please listen to everyone sincerely, just like how I listen. I'll heal you. You will be healed. Go ahead.
I want to be a complete and integrated being. I want to get enlightened. I want to be a multi-billionaire. I want to be a lifetime Nirahari. I want to work as an efficient Kotari. I want to stretch and work like Swamiji. I want to build a huge Sangha in Tumkur. I want to contribute to the field of homeopathy. And I want to see my children grow up to the best of the best and contribute to the society. I want to live a long and healthy life so that I can use this life to the maximum to contribute to the world. And I want to build businesses across the world.
Tatast. You will see all this miraculously booming up. Because the whole thing, what you uttered is aligned. Yes, please go ahead.
Nithyananda Swamiji. So,
please understand, when it is out of powerfulness, there will not be any conflict, contradiction.